Why do they all want me? Why are all these rich men obsessed with me? I was born into this life, but I'm not one of them. I don't belong here. So why are they all after me? How come they can't get me off their minds? They're after what I have. What do I have that they want? Maybe it's my body. Maybe my looks. Maybe because I'm so innocent. Or is it because I know something about them that they don't want revealed? Do they think that I'll bring some light into their dark lives? That they need me for something? Or is it just because they want to possess me? Is that what it is? Just possession? Because trust me, I'm nothing special. I'm just an ordinary girl. But they keep coming back, those men. They come crawling back to me no matter how much I try to push them away. This is part 2. If you haven't listened to part 1 yet, then start from there. This is the second episode of Veil of Lies, Desire, Power, and Luxury. Let's get right into it. I met Daniel at a party. He was just as arrogant and aloof as the others. I didn't want to talk to him. I thought he was like the rest, just another gold digger who wanted to use me to build his own fortune. But he kept coming up to me, touching me, trying to get close to me. And I hated it. I told him to get away from me, but he wouldn't listen. I could see that he was different. There was something in his eyes. He wasn't like the other men. I still can feel his hot breath on my neck and his fingers digging into my waist, holding me tight. I pushed him away and slapped him across the face when he got too close. I did it because I had to. I needed to defend myself, but also because I wanted to make sure he knew I wasn't going to put up with his shit. When he saw that he couldn't force me to sleep with him, he started showing me attention, bringing me gifts, taking me out to expensive restaurants, and buying me designer clothes. But I turned down his advances every time. I told him I wasn't interested in him or anyone else. Then he would get angry and tell me that I wasn't being fair to him, that I had to pay him back for all the things he had done for me. I told him that he'd done nothing for me. I've always been able to afford myself, and I still don't like him. In fact, I hate him. He's a liar. A pathological liar. It's obvious. But now he's taken things too far. I heard him talking on the phone. His voice was low and dangerous, almost a growl. He was threatening someone, threatening me. When I confronted him, he lied to me, said he'd never threatened me. I should know by now that I can't trust anything he says. He is a master manipulator. It all happened so quickly. One minute we were fine, and the next he was screaming at me, calling me names. He said I deserved everything bad that would happen to me, that I deserved to suffer. He looked at me like I was trash, like I was nothing. He was right. I am nothing to him. I'm just a pawn in his game. He kept coming back even after I rejected him over and over again. I was trapped in a nightmare and I didn't know how to wake up. I needed help, but no one came. I felt like I was drowning in a pool of darkness, reaching out for a lifeline, but no one was there to save me. No one cared that I was suffering. They just kept watching as I slowly lost myself. I asked him why he kept coming back to me. Why wouldn't he let me go? He said it's because he loves me. I laughed. I told him that was a lie. He didn't love me. He loved the idea of having me. He wanted to conquer me, break me, mold me into whatever he wanted. He said he wasn't lying. He really loved me. He said he would prove it to me, and then he did. He proved it to me, but it wasn't the kind of proof I was expecting. He took me to a secluded beach. We were alone, just me and him. I thought he was going to tell me how much he loved me, that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. But instead, he showed me a different side of himself, a darker side. He took out a gun and pointed it at me. He said he wanted to show me how far he was willing to go for me, that I was worth it to him. He was serious. I could see it in his eyes. He wasn't joking. And I thought, wow, I finally understand now. This is what he wants. He doesn't want me for anything. He just wants to hurt me. He wants to be the one to take my life. He thinks that I love him because he's given me everything. I laughed. I told him he was crazy, that he needed help. He just smiled. He said he was sane, that I was the one who was crazy. He said I was the one who needed help. Then he put the gun down and walked away. I was shaking, but not from fear. I was angry. He had crossed a line. He had become a monster. He had shown me his true colors. Now there was no doubt in my mind that he was evil. He had become a danger to me. I knew I had to get away from him. I had to disappear. I ran away from him. I left the beach without looking back. I didn't know where I was going, but I didn't care. All I knew was that I needed to get away from him. He was a predator, and I was his prey. And I was scared. But as the days went by, I found myself thinking about him more and more. I couldn't stop replaying our encounter in my head. I couldn't stop thinking about his touch, his kiss, his words. I was obsessed with him, and I hated it. I tried to fight it, but it was no use. I couldn't get him off my mind. He had become my obsession, and I knew it was dangerous. I knew I had to get away from him. I knew I had to move on, but I couldn't. I was stuck. One day I saw him across the room. He was talking to some friends. He looked happy, carefree, and it made me sick. I wanted to confront him, tell him how much he had hurt me, tell him how much he had destroyed me, but I couldn't. I was too afraid. I turned around and walked away. I didn't want him to know that he still had a hold on me. I didn't want him to know that he still mattered to me. But I did. And he knew it. He came up to me and whispered in my ear that he knew I loved him. He said he could see it in my eyes. He said he could feel it in my touch. He said he could hear it in my voice. And I froze. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. He was right. I did love him. I couldn't deny it anymore. I had to admit it. I whispered back, "Yes, I love you." And he smiled. He said he knew I did. Then he kissed me. It was the most passionate kiss I had ever experienced. It was like he was devouring me, consuming me, taking me apart. And I loved it. I wanted him to destroy me. I wanted him to break me. I wanted him to make me his. And then he said, "Now you're mine forever." And I believed him. I knew he would never let me go. And I didn't want him to. I was his now. And I was happy. He had won. He had conquered me. He had broken me. He had made me his. The end. Hey there. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave us a review and share it with your friends. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us keep going. Thanks for listening.